had a look at the video that it is, which is in his phone's which is played in his phone. So it is imperative in our mind, and we are going to make that application. Then it is relevant.
The video in whose possession?
Mr. Mgomezulu has got it in his phone.
Yeah, so?
I'm saying Mr. Mgomezulu has got it in his phone.
Yes.
And he showed us that clip.
Yes.
Part of what happened at Bosbeck Magistrate Court.
Yes.
Which is relevant to the question of whether or not Mr. Ntanzi refuted the fact that he owes no allegiance to Mr. Mchaiya.
Okay. Mchiyako.
Mr. Mchiyako, yes, the attorney, or the alleged attorney in question. We have formulated a very a consented mind around the existence of that video, and our formulation is to the effect that it is very relevant to the testimony that this witness, that Brigadier uGininda, has just rendered to this court, insofar as Mr. Mchayeko having represented accused number 2.
Okay.
As I am about to start with my cross-examination, I feel a little bit constrained to start with it because I also need to refer to that video, because part of my cross-examination, my lord, is going to boil around the mandate or the power of attorney that Mr. Mchaiya, or the attorney, yes.
Mchiyako.
Mr. Mchiyako, yes, is going to boil around the mandate or the power of attorney that Mr. Mchiyako had to represent accused number 2, because the court would then, mindful of the fact that throughout the cross-examination of Brigadier uGininda has been put to him that no, he had no mandate to represent him. But the video that my colleague has testified, has brought the court's attention to, and also indicated that he wants to make an application that it be played here in court, is central to that assertion. Yes. I am therefore saying to this court, my lord, that...
So you've got a video now?
Yes, it is there.
It's going to be shown on the screen?
I'm not so sure whether...
Because you're talking about a cell phone.
That it can be shown on the screen. If it does, we don't have a problem.
Looking at a cell phone, like I'm a member of a social club.
Excuse me.
I say I've never heard a judge using a cell phone.
Yes.
As if I'm a member of a social club.
What I was just about to say, my lord, is that you are still making arrangements.
No,
that if it's possible,
I don't
then it should be
responded to Mr. Mchiyako that, Mr. Mgomezulu, that he's at liberty to show that video. Yes. And I said, he must also address me in the same vein, whether that's evidence, playing a video, whether it's evidence of a court. That's all. Didn't I say that, sir? You can play that video. No problem.
Yes, my lord. I do understand, but what I'm saying is, if the court then is amenable to the suggestion that that video can be played here and now, we can, with the leave of court, of course, we can request an adjournment that the necessary arrangement be made that it be shown there, and we lay the basis why it should be paid.
Look, I've considered that you may play that video. It's not that this court says you can't.
Yes.
I say you can play that video, but me, I still have to find out whether the law in South Africa says a video recording is part of the evidence of a court. That's all I said.
As I'm saying, my lord, we would lay the basis why it should be, or it should form part of the record of the proceedings of this court.
No problem.
Thank you, my lord. May I then be given the opportunity to have a little caucus with our colleague in preparation for the playing of that video as well.
Okay, Mr. Baloyi.
Thank you.
Well, my lord, the state is going to object to the playing of that video. There's only one way of proving court proceedings in section 235.
215.
No, 235.
235, sorry.
Yes, 235 makes provision of how court proceedings should be proven,
Yeah, I've got a judgment on this.
we've handed up Exhibit EE that shows the proceedings at Boxspector Magistrate Court. The only other way, my lord, is to get the CD in question. We know that these videos can be manipulated. So we're not saying that is a position. But the only way of proving court proceedings will be to get the official recording of the proceedings.
Yes, you hear your colleague.
Reply there too. I just skipped my mind to address the court on the record of the, on the transcribed record of the proceedings.
You okay, yes?
We had actually requested those records from the state. I think it was almost last year, September, October. We gave them a formal letter saying that, can you please furnish us with the transcribed record of the proceedings on that day? Because we were well aware that the copy of a charge sheet that my colleague is referring to, which is Exhibit EE, that's a handwritten copy. And in that copy, God forbid, magistrates do not write all that what is happening and being said at court. They are trained to write that which they think is necessary for that particular day. But a transcribed record reflects whatever that happens on that day verbatim.
I don't have
We
a
have
problem
not
with
been
it.
finished with that information as well.
So you're saying the state did not finish with it?
We made a request.
To the
We
state.
have not yet received it.
Did you write to the official transcriber of the court?
Excuse me, madam.
The official transcript as subscriber who records.
Is
this
the court
proceeding?
asking whether we wrote to him or?
Yes, instead of writing to the state alone, did you also write to the firm?
We did not, my lord.
Why
Simply
not?
because the impression given by the state was that that would be made available to us.
Okay, so
The court
you,
did not give us an alternative that in an event that you see 2 or 3 weeks elapsing and then you don't receive this information, you're welcome to approach the transcribers themselves. The state gave us a legitimate expectation that sooner or later we'll be finished with that information, and it didn't. And that is very relevant and is crucial to what is now taking place in this trial, within the trial, particularly with regard to
fine.
the issue of Mr. Mziako.
okay, no problem.
Mziako.
So what do we do, Mr. Balui?
Thank you.
And you, how do you go about it? To obtain a record of that day.
To start with, my lord, we don't want to start a debate, but the utterances by Advocate Nis are not correct. The only discussion that we had was with Mr. Ramusipil, and he was merely inquiring if there is a transcribed record, and we indicated to him that this is the transcribed. Or the only record of the proceedings that we have for Exhibit EE. And
Is it in cursive?
yeah.
It's not typed.
Well, we handed both the transcribed as well as the handwritten record.
So you've got a transcribed
Yes.
record.
Well, yes, it's the transcribed one, and we also handed up the
So what is the problem if you've got it transcribed? Why don't you give it to the council?
the handwritten one. Well,
So there are two.
yes, there are two, my lord. It's Exhibit EE in a transcribed form, and we also handed up the handwritten.
Exhibit EE
Yes,
in a transcribed form.
yes,
You gave it to the councils here.
yes,
So they have it.
yes. It serves as an exhibit, my lord.
So it's a transcribed, and that transcription is by the official recorder of the court.
Indeed, my lord.
Okay, and then the other one you say it's a written record.
Yes.
Is that the one of the magistrate?
Yes.
When she was sitting.
Yes, the handwritten one.
So you all of, so all of you, you've got the records of what happened that day. The only thing maybe you don't have is the clip, but they say Mr. Mgomezulu has got it in his phone number, in his cell phone. Is that what you're saying?
May I respond? I think Mr. Valo is missing the point when you say he finished us with the transcribed record. Transcription must be from the legitimate transcribers. What he gave us was a copy that was written in shorthand and a typed version of what is contained in the shorthand. There's no transcription. There's no transcription. There's no record that is transcribed. It's only a record that is written in shorthand, which is this one, and a record that is a typed version of what is contained in the in the record which is written in a shorthand.
And
don't have a transcribed record unless he has got it.
Let me can you show the court what you call exhibit what? EE.
Is
it
EE?
Just show me the exhibit EE.
Well, it's the
Let's see.
part of it.
Let's see.
ngamafuphi ke madoda okwenzakalayo ukuthi ummeli usukuma uthi unayo imibuzo angathanda ukuyibuza uBrigadier uGininda kodwa bakhulumile njengabameli bangathanda ukuthi leya video le ebonisa uNtanzi ephakamisa isandla ethi yena akamfunile yamendo yakhe bangathanda ukuthi idlalwe ngaphambi kokuthi abuze imibuzo manje ingathi abazange bathole amaphepha lawa awaneliya ngaleliya langa la ukuthi bewakade etypiwe kodwa umshushisi uthi banikiwe lawo maphepha lawo manje kusanaleyo ndaba yokuthi banikwa bawathola zange bawathole noma kanjani.
I think, my Lord, to just cut this debate short, we will get we'll get in touch with the Boksburg Magistrate Court and see if we cannot get a CD of those proceedings. Then we can always.
Who was the magistrate that day? Havenga?
Havenga, yes.
Is he still a magistrate?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, then the court will have to call him. Is he still a magistrate?
Well, I assume so, my Lord.
Well, you assume.
Yeah, I'll have to check.
Yeah. So he was the presiding magistrate.
Indeed.
And who was the prosecutor?
That's myself.
Right, and who was the interpreter?
The interpreter cannot. I think it's the lady. The lady.
Ms. Mufokeng.
Yes.
Is that the lady?
Testified. Yes.
Okay, let's call.
Mutlaping,
Let's
yes.
call Mr. Havenga. Is it a lady or a gentleman? The magistrate.
It's a gentleman.
It's a gentleman.
Yes.
Right. And obviously, you can give evidence. And then the interpreter is still around.
Yes, it's Ms. Mutlaping. We'll just have to check. There were various appearances.
Yeah.
And we just have to check.
I thought. Wait. I thought it's in connection with the first appearance. Is that not so, Mr. Mnisi?
That's correct.
The first appearance in the regional court. Hello,
Yes.
27.
27 October.
Is that it? Are we agreed on that? Can you make arrangements for the?
Yes.
You know what? Actually, you must issue an official subpoena
Yes.
for Mr. Havenga and the interpreter, an official subpoena through the process of the court, so that if this case goes somewhere else, they must know that this court ordered that they must be subpoenaed, so that what they say must be part of the record of these proceedings. Okay.
As a court, please, but perhaps we're going to suggest that we first get the disc. And
Yeah, fine.
We all listen to it, and perhaps it might not be necessary for Mr. Havenga to come and testify.
Okay.
But if those issues cannot
But
be
Mr.
resolved,
Mnisi says he doesn't want to begin anything without having seen that video. He says he can't.
I said I'm constrained by that.
Yeah, constraint is an English way of saying I won't do it.
No.
I understand
I said I'm
English very well.
constrained, I'm
I've got 4 courses in English. 4. So you're constrained. Ngeke ngiyenze leyo nto. That's what you're saying.
Thank you, my friend.
So you won't cross-examine before.
I'm sorry, Madam. I missed the point of the transcript record. Are we going to be provided with the transcript record?
Which court are you attending, Ms. Msholod?
My Lord, I was
We've been talking here, everybody's listening, and You haven't heard anything.
My apologies.
Oh, no.
That's why so that we can be able to engage the state on that order, that we must be provided with the transcript record.
Mr. Baloi, when are you going to make the arrangements of getting the disc, as you say?
Yes, we will commence with those arrangements immediately, and I'll get in touch with my colleagues. I'm sure it can be done overnight.
But in the meantime, Mr. Mnisi, can you continue with your cross-examination and reserve the cross-examination of the video or the recording clip? Is it possible?
My cross-examination was basically central. The nucleus of my cross-examination was around Mchania and the mandate that we had. Thank you.
So, Mr. Ngomezulu, you say you've got that video clip. Where did you get it from? Hello?
It was just a clip from TikTok.
What?
It's a TikTok.
Yeah, this is why I'm having problems with the evidence being gleaned from TikTok.
That's why I wanted to make it a formal request from SAPC.
Who's the gentleman in charge of that contraption, the recording of the proceedings? Was it the same firm which was in charge in Boksburg on the 27th of April?
Yes.
Hello?
I don't remember offhand, my lord.
Yeah.
But I should be, is it Verbatim or Sneller?
Sneller or?
Yeah, Verbatim, one of those companies. But that we can find out now.
So what is the dispute about? Is that the fact that the gentleman, Mr. Ngomezulu, put it to this court that in fact accused number 2 raised an objection
Yes.
in court to say he doesn't want this
Mr. Mjiako.
to act for him on the 27th.
Yes.
Did Mr. Mjiako subsequently also act, for instance, on the 28th, 9,
Yes.
10? Hello?
This is what is strange, you know, he did
Yeah,
appear
because if I chase and fire a lawyer today,
in subsequent
and then he comes
proceedings.
again, I fire him again
Yes.
tomorrow.
Yes.
It must be common sense.
Yes,
So
he
did he
did-
subsequently also appear?
Yes, but
And
he-
even went to Rustenburg,
Yeah,
appearing and cocaine also.
yes,
Is that the evidence you have of you?
Yes, I think on the court will see on Exhibit EE, after the 27th, he did appear at subsequent proceedings, and he then submitted a letter. A letter was submitted on his behalf, indicating that he was withdrawing from the proceedings. But that was after the appearance of the 27th of October.
Wait, yeah.
The court will see on the 27th, the
Yeah.
accused refused to enter the witness box.
He refused to enter
Yes.
the witness's box.
Yes, I'm sorry, the accused box
Sorry, okay, yeah.
on the 27th.
Objection, my lord, I don't know whether the state is testifying.
No,
No, but this
it's
is
not.
this
This is what is recorded here.
It's
Digital,
exhibit
wait. Digital recording. All accused refuse to enter accused doc. This is written by a magistrate. He's not giving evidence, gentlemen. Rights to legal aid, legal representation, explained. Accused number 1 refuses to respond. Accused number 3, I don't know why I am here. Our constitutional rights are not being considered. Accused number 4, I do not see the necessity of having an attorney. Accused number 5, I also do not see the need. Then it is signed by additional magistrate amanga. That's what the record says.
And I think on behalf of accused number 2, there's an entry there that Mr. Mjiako
What about it?
Appears on behalf of accused number 2 on the 27th.
On the 27th.
I don't have the
No, I have it here.
exhibit. with me.
Date, the 27th October 2020, presiding officer Mr. H. Avenga, public prosecutor advocate G. Baloi, interpreter Madam Mashaba, defense, accused 1 in person, accused 2, Mr. Ntokozo Mjiako of Mjiako Attorneys, accused 3 in person, accused 4 in person, accused 5 in person. This is the record of the just give it. Hello, Rose, give it because they will see all.
They do have the exhibit, my lord.
No, they said they don't have these things. Just give them.
I confirm on behalf of accused 1 and 2, we do have exhibit EE. We are privy to.
Were you in court, sir,
on
that day?
the 27th? No, I was not on
Yeah,
record.
because the magistrate says there was only 1 attorney, Mr. Mjiako, for accused number 2. I mean, the record of the proceedings says so. It's not me. I'm
But-
reading.
Like Mr. Advocate Munisi said, my lord, and I stand by that. That's the summation of the magistrate of what transpired that day. The actual transcribed record will show us behind those answers.
No,
with
fine. No.
explanations.
Look, I don't have a problem.
Yes.
I just find it strange that here is a magistrate who knows a bit of the law, or the law, he knows it better than me. He makes in the record he writes that accused number 1 does not want to cooperate. And here, when accused number 2 is firing his lawyer, he doesn't write that. Just read that. He talks about accused number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And the most important thing, where accused number 2 fires Mr. Mjiako, he doesn't note it. I'm just saying it's strange to me.
Let's then agree with the state that the actual CD will tell us what transpired.
Fine,
Yes.
But you guys say you can't proceed because the film is not being seen. And hello, how many years are these discs supposed to be kept? Because which year was it?
2020 is 2024. Usually, according to the Archives Act, I think it's about 5 years or so.
5 years, no?
They should still be available.
Okay, fine. So you want us to adjourn?
It is actually not a want, my lord.
Of course, it's a want. You're constrained. And you want us to adjourn because you can't participate in the proceedings without first having viewed the video. That's what I thought you said.
It's a request that can be made before the court.
Okay, let's adjourn until tomorrow. So what are you going to do when you adjourn here?
We'll immediately get on the phone, my lord, and make the arrangements and try to get this here tomorrow.
And accused number 2 is raising his hand, my lord. Manje,
approach. Yeah.
ummeli uthe uzwa ingathi kuzoba likhulu ukuthi abuze imibuzo leya video ingakadlali. Futhi ijaji libele lifunda izinto ezenzakelele nge-27 zika-October ku-2020 ezabhalwa enkantolo ukuthi lezo zinto ijaji bekade izifunda manje ithi into emangazayo ukuthi la ummangalelo wesibini athi akasafuni uMjiako loya manje akabhalanga yingani leyo nto engabhalwanga kodwa zonke izinto zibhaliwe hlangana nokuthi kubhalwe nokuthi nina naningafuni ukungena ebhokisini kodwa le eyokuthi uMjiako akasafuna kungani ingabhalwanga manje ke ingathi manje kusakhulunywa ukuthi icala liyahlehliswa lihlehiselwa kusasa manje ithi njengoba bokade ukukhuluma sazi ukuthi uya ikhona into afuna ukuyisho bese inkantolo iyasichazisela ukuthi senze njani.
And then all counsels, including Mr. Baloi himself also, all counsels, this court orders that you must prepare heads of argument regarding the fact whether a video televised process in this court is evidence in terms of our law. Okay? All of you, tomorrow you must come with a heads of argument.
My Lord, accused number 2 is requesting to remain just for 10 minutes. He wants to consult with us.
No, no problem.
Yes.
We are adjourned until tomorrow. Okay. Thanks.
Kusasa.
Tomorrow then at 10 o'clock.